What does homeschooling high school look like when you are Charlotte Mason inspired? Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on all the curriculum picks I have for my upcoming 10th grader, all the things that she's going to be using for the next school year. I have some surprising new additions that I'm super excited to share with you. Hey there, we are coming into the second year of high school for my oldest. And it's always fun with your oldest kid. They're always like your guinea pig for all your homeschool journey and stuff. But it is always good to get input on high school and homeschooling high school from other homeschooling moms. So I'm happy to share with you today what I've chosen to do for my Miss E for her next school year. We've got math, we've got language arts, we've got Bible, we've got interest-led subjects, as well as science and some social studies all sprinkled in there. So I really feel like homeschooling high school doesn't have to be hard. And I do want to try to look at, what is she going to accomplish after high school? And we're trying to fit her credits and courses that go along with that. My goals for my daughter this year is to continue with a strong writing foundation to help her develop her writing voice, because that's what she wants to do after high school. We're trying to get some science classes credits knocked out, as well as trying to keep things joyful along the way. Our goal in our homeschool especially is not, just to be the best student and to be super academic, but I do want my kids to be prepared for what comes after high school and what comes after school. I also want to lay a good feast before them. That's a very Charlotte Mason inspired thing, where they're getting all kinds of different sciences and social studies and humanities and learning how to communicate with writing. So that has always been my goal along the way. So we're just continuing that into high school. So let's start off with language arts. So the course that I've picked for my daughter for next school year for language arts, I decided to call in a creative writing course that is done by Compass Classroom. I've been eyeing Compass Classroom and their resources for the last several years when I first heard them recommended to me by Alicia Hutchinson and several others. But I've been researching this for a while and I feel like it's finally time for her to be able to do this. So this is a video course. It's called Creative Writing with Jonathan Rogers. And he is going to take 3 or 4 separate authors. He's going to use them as writing models. So my daughter is really interested in creative writing, and I think this will be a great way to combine literature and writing skills all together. So for her reading, I'm going to pick a few books to go along with that. I would like my daughter to read The Hiding Place, which she hasn't finished just yet, to read The Bark of the Bog Owl, and To Kill a Mockingbird. And maybe a few others as well. But we're gonna start with those for now for her reading list for the next school year. An additional language arts resource that I wanna use this year and come back to, we took a break on it for this year because she was writing a graphic novel. So we didn't really have a lot of time for the grammar, but I wanna bring back and make sure that my 10th grader is doing Fix It Grammar by IEW. So we've been using Fix It Grammar off and on for the last 3 years, and she's made it through books 2 and 3, I think. And she's been in 4, and she hasn't finished it yet. So I'm gonna pick this one back up. This is Mowgli and Shere Khan student book, level 4. I like Fix It Grammar because it's easy to fit into the school day, and it's a nice little warm up or wrap up for the day, and it does not take too long. But I love that it teaches the parts of speech and other clauses, independent clauses, all the things. Lots of vocabulary as well, and some copy work. So we're gonna bring this back in, and she's gonna finish book 4 by Mowgli and Shere Khan. And then when she finishes that, I have student book 6 from Fix It Grammar. It's the Little Mermaid story. I love the cover of this one, it's so fun. So I will give a little more sneak peek of this into another video in the future. We are excited to use Fix It Grammar again. And don't ask me why I'm going from book 4 to book 6. I don't remember why I'm gonna do that, but this is the one I have, and I figured we might as well. She's really good at language arts and grammar, and we can go through this slowly. We're not in a hurry. She could take 2 years to do this if it takes that long. We're not in a hurry when it comes to these grammar books. We go at the kids' pace, and I don't rush any of my kids through it. So if they finish it in a year, it's great. If they don't, we take 2 years or 3 years. It's fine. So we don't do it every single day and every school year. We do like to bring this in and add this as a nice, supplement to all the other language arts that she's doing. Wanted to throw that in there. This is what we're gonna be doing. also for language arts. But that is not all we have for language arts. I do want to continue to include narrations with her writing, and she'll do narrations for both science and history, which I'll explain what we're using for that in a minute. But what we're going to do for narrations is we're going to use The Art of Composition by Simply Charlotte Mason. I love this resource. It's fairly new, and I'm going to use year one. She's always done written narrations over the last couple of years for what she reads, but this is going to give her some writing guide. So it's going to help her be able to edit her writing to make sure that it has a good beginning and a good conclusion. And then it's going to use all the different tips that The Art of Composition includes in it. And it's by Karen Glass, but it's produced by Simply Charlotte Mason. So I'm really excited to use this resource. I will put a link in the description below so you can check that out yourself for any of your high schoolers. And this is a great way to jump into the written narration form because maybe a lot of our kids are used to doing oral narrations where they tell back what they have read, verbally, but there comes a time where they need to start writing it, and they need to start writing more. And it will eventually morph into essay writing. So we're going to use that this year for language arts. So for social studies next year, I'm going to simplify it quite a bit because she did a fairly rigorous plan for social studies this last year. We're going to go back to doing some history and social studies together as a family, or with all three of my kids. So I'm going to be using a geography course from Simple Studies, and it's called Western Marvels. And I love this because it's kind of like exploring the main landmarks of the Western civilized culture. There's a little bit of history, there's geography included, and it's great literature. It's a living book that we will be reading from. And the guide from Simple Studies will help guide us along the way throughout the school year for using this study guide. So yeah, it's a real simple plan for her social studies and geography this coming year. And we're not going to dive too hard into it just yet, and she'll do more social studies in the next coming years. Okay, that brings us to science, and I'm really excited for what we've landed on for science for this school year. My daughter does not love science. It's not her favorite thing, but I do think it's important for her to be able to get those science credits. And so she did earth science for her freshman year for high school, and I feel like it's important that each high school kiddo gets a biology credit for high school, and it's kind of required in our state, so we're going to go along with that. We're going to be using the Life Science series from Sabbath Mood Homeschool. So the Life Science has a book for Form 3 and 4, which is like a biology life science overview. And then there's a second book, which is Anatomy, which is technically Anatomy Part 1. But I read on their website that you could use Anatomy Part 1 as a good introduction to it. And then if your kids are interested in going into something like the medicine or veterinarian things that have to do with anatomy, they could do Part 2. But if you just want a general biology credit, you can start with Part 1 and then just stick with that and call it good. So this is another living books based guide, and I'm going to be having my 8th grader do this one as well. So it's going to be reading, I think it's called The Body by Bill Bryson for the Anatomy Part 1, and then for the Life Science biology basic class, it's gonna be, I cannot remember what it was called. Let's see if I can find it. Men, Microscopes, and Living Things. So we have not done a lot with microscopes yet in our homeschool, so I think this will be great. And it's a nice simple thing. It's where they read the book, they do a narration, and then they have a few optional activities to go along with it. I do want to get a microscope and maybe some slides to go with it to go along with the book that they'll be using. So the really exciting thing about doing the biology course for next year for my 10th grader is that our co-op is going to be doing dissections. So she won't have to do the lab, at home or with some other class, that she will be getting it at co-op. So that's why we're doing biology next year, and we'll be using the Sabbath Mood biology guide. along with the dissections at co-op. So she's gonna get everything she needs, and I'm really excited for that. Next, we're gonna talk about math. And math was easy pick for me. We've been using Denison Algebra for the last 2 years. So she did pre-algebra, and then she's finishing algebra this year. And so next year, the most natural thing to do is geometry. So we're continuing to use Denison Algebra. He has video lessons, he has simple practice pages, and she can check her own work. And then I'm able to keep up and see how she's doing with her tests. And she'll get another math credit from doing geometry. So that's easy peasy. Yeah, so nothing, extravagant with that and all. So we really enjoy that math from Denison Algebra. So those are our core subjects that my daughter Elena is going to be doing for next year. We do have like interest-led / extracurricular things that she's doing, and we'll have some Bible as well. So for her Bible, I love to make sure that she's doing her own individual study, and she's actually been really getting interested in this and wanting to study the Word on her own. So we do some Bible time together, both for our homeschool with just me and the kids. And I do a lot of worldview and Bible verse memory with all 3 of the kids. And then we have a family devotion that we do at least once a week, sometimes twice, it depends on the week. But we have that happening. But she likes to do her individual study. And she's really been enjoying the Not Consumed Bible studies for kids. So the next one she's going to be doing for next year will be the one on prayer. And that's from Not Consumed. And it's a nice simple little guide and nice simple devotion guide. It gets her reading the Word, and she really is interested in learning more about prayer right now. And I thought that was really cool that she picked that one. So that's what she'll be doing for Bible for her own personal devotion. The other interest-led activities that my daughter has is music and art. So these are kind of her 2 things that she's really passionate about. She's been doing crafting for a long time. If you've been following me for a while, you know that. And she's really gotten down her drawing. So she's been really interested in digital art as well as physical pencil drawings and markers. She likes marker drawings. But what we've been doing this year is having her take a class at the high school, the local high school. We'll allow her to go for 1 class a day. And for next year, she's decided instead of doing the drawing class, she wants to do ceramics. So she saw all the ceramics things that the class was making this year, and she heard the class and how much fun they were having. She sounded like she wanted to try that. So we're looking forward to her doing another class at the high school. So it gets her more experience of sitting in a class and being with other people that she's not as familiar with. And she's going to be learning, how to follow a teacher's instructions and all that. And I like how, it's just 1 class a day. It's really easy to do. And she can still do her core, school here at home. And then, so yeah, she's taking ceramics. I'm excited for her. And then for music, she's going to continue with piano lessons. She's been doing that for several years, and we will just keep doing that, keep trucking along and improving in her piano skills. And by the way, if we haven't met yet, I'm Ashley here at Joyful Noise Learning. I love to share about Charlotte Mason inspired homeschool, biblical-based curriculum, and help for the scattered and easily distracted homeschool mom. I've been homeschooling my 3 kids since 2013, and I am a former English teacher, love teaching other people's kids too. My mission here on my channel is to help you find resources and tips for your homeschool to fit your child's needs. So that way you can find joy in your homeschool and in your family, and all through Jesus. So I'm so glad you're here. Please consider subscribing if you haven't yet. Don't forget, I have links for the Compass Classroom course and the Simply Charlotte Mason Art of Composition in the description below. And I'll have the Simple Studies link as well. And I'd love to hear in the comments below, is your high schooler taking out of the house high school classes for this next coming year? Have you guys done that before? What do you think about that? And what are the options that you guys have in your area? Don't forget, if you want more curriculum pick ideas, you can watch this video here or the videos coming up for my 8th grader and my 6th grader for next school year.